Nou as jy sopas matriek geslaag het en nie presies weet wat is die volgende stap om te neem nie en jy het ook 'n belangstelling in vrywilligerswerk en 'n liefde vir mense en diere, is Aviva net die plek om in die regte rigting te stuur. En vanoggend gesels ons met Ed Scott, direkteur van Aviva, en ook Vanessa Strauss, CEO van Sanccob. Good morning, guys, and welcome to Expresso.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thanks.
I saw a penguin Columbine has been waddling around outside. It's great. He's causing such a nice vibe in studio this morning.
Yeah, it's really fine.
Awesome. Now, Ed, tell me a little bit about Aviva and what you guys do.
Well, we've been looking after international volunteers since 2002. We place them with projects all around South Africa, wildlife conservation and community-based projects, and we organise their entire stay. For example, we'll look after their accommodation, their tours, their transport, their food. We'll help them out, they're getting homesick. We'll organise tours. We've got a fantastic team of volunteer coordinators, tour guides, housekeepers, and admin staff that make the whole thing happen. And it's a fantastic industry to be involved in because you're meeting people that are coming to South Africa for the first time mainly. And without doubt, they have a fantastic experience.
Right, but there's also, you provide for local and international people these opportunities.
Yes, we mainly deal with international volunteers because for many of them it's quite scary coming to a new country for the first time.
For sure.
A lot of our volunteers are aged between 18 and 25, so they're a lot of first-time travellers, first time away from home, from mum and dad. So it's a nice, safe environment for them. We've got our own volunteer accommodation in Cape Town with dedicated volunteer coordinators. So they've got somebody on hand all the time to look after them.
All right, now a lot of matrics finished, or ex-matrics, they're now ex-matrics, and they might be sitting at home and not sure what to do. Why is volunteering so important in South Africa, would you say? Why would they need to get involved in that?
Well, for matriculants, we've all been there. I think we all remember the days where we've finished our exams, we've got a bit of freedom, maybe a bit of a break before we start a full-time job. Perhaps we're putting in job applications or maybe going on to further study. But for matriculants sitting at home right now in any of those positions, volunteering is an excellent way of bridging the gap between study and the workplace. It's a fantastic way of developing new skills. You can add lots of new experiences and achievements onto your CV, and you can also demonstrate the kind of transferable skills that employers are looking for in the workplace.
And why would you say volunteering is so important in South Africa?
Well, in South Africa, volunteering represents a secret workforce. There are thousands of volunteers around the country, South African volunteers, that are doing amazing things every day. We don't hear about many of them, but if you look at any project in the country, it's normally started by a South African volunteer or somebody with a passion for a cause, and they do incredible stuff. And I've been very privileged in my job to be able to visit a lot of these projects around the country, including Sanccob, which is one of the first projects I visited. I actually volunteered at Sanccob when I first arrived in South Africa 8 years ago. And I've been very lucky to continue that relationship with Sanccob through the work with Aviva.
All right, fantastic. Now, Vanessa, Sanccob, why is it so important, for volunteers to get involved with Sanccob?
Well, just like Ed was saying, a lot of NGOs in this country absolutely depend on volunteers to get the work done, and they are a secret workforce. Just for example, in the year 2000, when the Treasure oil spill sank, it was the world's biggest wildlife rescue operation, and 12,000 volunteers worked in 3 weeks. And if you put that time back to back, it's 68 years worth of work. So for us as NGOs to use volunteers, use their skills, use their passion to get the work done that our organisations are known for.
And tell me a bit about Sanccob. What is the stuff what is the work that you do there?
Well, Sanccob is a rehabilitation centre for seabirds. I think most people know about the oiled penguins that we clean and we put them back into the wild. But for the last 43 years, we've been rescuing, rehabilitating and releasing South Africa's sick, oiled, and orphaned seabirds, and we've rehabilitated more than 87,000 seabirds in the last 43 years. So we focused on conservation of seabirds, and volunteers get to help and they really feel like they're part of the solution. They get to work with wild animals, they work hands-on with the birds, and they feel like they're really making a difference.
So what can they expect and take away from that experience, and where can that lead them?
Well, when they work at our rehabilitation centre in Tableview, they actually get to work alongside the team that rehabilitates the seabirds. So they get to help to clean and maintain the rehabilitation centre, they prepare the food, we teach them how to handle the birds in a way that they don't get injured and the birds don't get injured. They feed them, they tube them, they get to help in the intensive care unit if they commit it. They get to help to clean the birds, to rinse them, and to be part of the whole process to prepare them for release, and ultimately feel like they're part of conserving this special species.
Oh, fantastic. Just last, before we wrap up, quickly tell us about some of the programs that you are running at Aviva.
We work with a select group of programs. We like to have a nice relationship with the programs and keep in touch with them on a regular basis. We've got, for example, of course, Sanccob. We can go and help out with the penguins.
So people can get in touch, you know, with Sanccob through you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also work with projects where you can track and monitor endangered wildlife. You can help raise lion cubs. You can do all kinds of wonderful conservation. We can gather research data to help with shark conservation. You can work with community projects in children's homes. We run a feeding scheme at a local school in Tableview where we've got a lot of wonderful children that don't get fed very well at home. There's an amazing variety of stuff to do, so there's really something for everybody.
Very cool. Well, thank you.
Can I just mention quickly,
yes,
if there are any matriculants out there that want to get involved in volunteering, there's lots of options. For example, if you're going on to further study, every university will have a student volunteer group that can hook you up with lots of local projects. You can also contact the Volunteer Centre in Cape Town. They've been encouraging South Africans to get involved in projects for many years. They do a wonderful job. And of course, you can contact us as well if you want to help with advice and that kind of thing.
Perfect, and we'll put all your details on our website for people
Lovely,
to see it. Thank you so much for joining us with Columbine as well. It was so nice to have him in studio. Now, there we go, guys. A wide variety of things for you to do. If you're not sure what to do, get in contact with Sanccob or Aviva, and they will definitely point you in the right direction. Nou, julle kan meer inligting gaan kry op ons webtuiste www.expressoshow.com. Maar nou eers oor na Keer toe vir die flights and traffic.